Well, we're here down at 901 Market Street here in lovely San Francisco on a beautiful day. It's about 70 degrees outside. We got all these wonderful people out here. We're down here at the Federal Trade Commission, and we're according to information I received, we're protesting against no tar sands. Federal Trade Commission office here at 901 Market Street, in solidarity with the Idle No More mass call to action. Michael Froman, a top U.S. trade official with the Federal Trade Commission, is pressuring the European Union to accept purchase of tar sands in violation of the EU's own environmental regulations. We must rise up and protest against our own government's movement towards disaster. Quote, environmental groups in the United States and the European Union are worried that Froman, the official trade official for the United States, has been quietly working to pressure the EU to make it easier for U.S. refiners to sell oil from the tar sands on the European market. They say Froman is pushing his EU counterparts to weaken environmental guidelines related to greenhouse gas emissions in order to facilitate easier oil exports. The European Commission has set an overall goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions to 20% below 1990 levels by the year 2020. And that's why we're out here. And as you know, I'm always a big fan of Idle No More and the First Nations, and do everything in my power to try and make these demonstrations. Lately I've been not feeling... Oh, here we go.
Some background information first about why we're here. So it came out just recently, within the last 2 weeks, that the United States Federal Trade Commission Ambassador Michael Froman has been pressuring the European Union to lower their environmental laws in order to force them to purchase tar sands oil. And so of course we're against that, right? Yeah. We don't want them to do that. And we're sick and tired of our government and governments around the world being in support of these corporate pirates, which I like to call core pirates, over the people and the environment that we need to exist upon our beautiful mother. So that's what we're doing here today. And of course, it didn't occur to me or anybody else that the Federal Trade Commission has already been shut down. We shut it down, yay!
Good job.
So this will wind up being kind of a dry run for us, because we're going to be planning a much bigger event here within the next month. And the next event will be a nonviolent direct action, and we've got support from the Tar Sands Action Committee of 350 Bay Area. We might have some support from the Sierra Club. We've got somebody from the folks from the Sierra Club here. So we'll be working to get more people here and more involvement from the Bay Area environmental groups. And so the guy in the lobby, his name is Manny. He's in support of what we're doing. I went and had a nice conversation with him. He's a really nice guy, and he totally agrees with why we're here. And he asked us not to blockade the doors for today. So I'm not sure that he understands that the next time we show up, we will be blockading the doors. But I did tell him that. I don't know if he knows what nonviolent direct action is. So as with all of our I don't know more events, we always start out with a prayer. And I usually do it, but I'm recovering from surgery and I don't have a lot of energy. So would somebody else do the prayer?
Yeah, sorry about the hashtag, folks. A little out of practice. Hashtag for this event is Idle No More. I will stop the stream at some point and repost the hashtag.
those who are on their way here this morning. Once again, we're gathered here together in support and in solidarity with our Mother Earth. We're here in front of the Federal Trade Commission, where the people have aligned with forces that are against the health and the well-being of our Mother Earth. They don't care about the waters, Creator. They don't care about the pipeline leaks. They don't care about the future of their own children. So we're here to ask you, Creator, and the spirits of the land here, the Ohlone spirits who still are here, the Ohlone people who still are here, and we honor them. But we ask their spirits to help us here today, to help us to be strong, to stand in this circle, and to continue to stand in circles and on the front lines of all of the actions to protect the future of our children for the next thousands of generations. We pray for the water, that it knows how grateful we are for it, that it knows that we're praying for its health, for its clarity, for its ability to continue to flow in the creeks, in the rivers, in the pools of water underground, in the oceans, in the air, in the bodies of all living things. We pray that it knows that we're grateful, that we love you, water. We love you, water. We pray for the air, the winds that encircle the planet, our beautiful mother. We pray that they be gentle on the people who are working so hard to ensure a safe environment for the children, for the animals. We pray that that air, that those tornadoes and those hurricanes be gentle, that we know that they still need to send a message. That there should be sirens going off all over the world for what's happening. For all the horrible things that these corporations are doing. We pray for the people who are making the policy decisions that are destroying this earth and our people and the animals and the air and the water and the soil. We pray that they be released from the mental illness that they have of greed, from their addictions to wealth and power, and that their leaky vessels be healed so that they feel the connection between all living things on this earth and even the stars and the cosmos and everything under the ground, that they understand that we're all related and that everything is connected throughout the cosmos. Creator, we pray that all of the people on the front lines have all of the resources that they need to continue this work. That they have the fortitude and the strength and the health to continue standing on the front lines. The front lines all over the world, in the Arctic, in Texas, in Utah, Oklahoma, South Dakota, North Dakota, Alberta, Canada, British Columbia, and the Yugoslavian camp up in Canada, all the chiefs that are standing up on Turtle Island to say no to these pork pirates, to say no to them, that we are born to protect this earth and we know why we're here at this time. So I thank you, Creator and spirits, for hearing this prayer. I'm going to pass this sage along with the lighters. You're all welcome to say something, anything you want, why we're here today, why you're here today.
So I want to invite you to a special event. The federal government has closed Chrissy Fields. The Ohlone Big Time has been scheduled to be held on Chrissy Fields on the 12th and 13th. So we are going to say an opening prayer at Chrissy Fields to bless the land that we live on, to open our big time, and then we're going to move to the Rob Hill campground where we're going to be doing our ceremony. And then Sunday night, we'll have a healing ceremony on Chrissy Field. And then Monday morning, when we ordinarily and accustomedly have our sunrise ceremony on Alcatraz Island, my son is coming in from Las Vegas. He wanted to join me this year. When he was a baby, I gave him up for adoption. We've been reunited, and I'm a grandmother. So my son's going to join me on the Pier 33 to go to Alcatraz Island on the 14th of October. If the federal government is still shut down and the boats do not leave, we will be walking from Pier 33 to Chrissy Field to have the sunrise ceremony there. And the Ohlone people will be dancing and singing the traditional Ohlone songs, and according to Article 26 of the UN Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People, we have a right to gather and conduct ceremonies on our usual and accustomed places. The Ohlone people have had places to worship on Chrissy Fields for 10,000 years at least. So I invite you all to talk about it, to learn about it, and to join us.
those of you unfamiliar with what's going on, this is a blessing. People are receiving the blessings of the sage.